Good morning, folks. How we doing? Back at it again. Tuesday, July 28th, 2027. Market just opened. Looking at things right now, the Nasdaq is in between a zone here. It's been trading like this since pretty much yesterday. It made that move down, and then it's just been locked in here since well midnight or so. So kind of waiting to see what happens here. May play off of a little bounce or a short. Everything continues to sell off just because the chip overweight rating is changing. Everybody's moving their money out of AI tech, just worried about inflated PE ratios and spending, basically. So this is the Nasdaq up here on the screen, and I am also watching the S&P, just because I think there could be some trades to be had on the S&P today. Get my mouse on the right screen here. Let's see what we're working with here. S&P is, I guess I should show you guys too. Let's get another thing open here. MES, I like the micros, so I can take a bunch of them. Okay, here's the MES. Go to the 1 hour chart where I like to mark my lines. And that's pretty much where we're at right there. Not a ton, but again, playing off these support and resistance levels is kind of what I'm looking at. I like to see it bounce off support and resistance levels and make its way back up towards the 50-day or 200-day moving averages. The 200-day is the white line, the 50-day is the orangish yellow line here. So that's kind of what I'm after right now. A lot of way more buys, 100% buys since it switched over in the super trend. But that's kind of the two things that I'm watching right now. The mini Nasdaqs, honestly, may have more movement in them just because they're pushing down a ton. They continue to fall. So that's kind of why I'm trading that. I'm trading the one with the volatility and movement in it. Tempted to take a short here, see if it comes down here, but let's give it 5 more minutes and see how things shape up and play out, and then we'll go from there. Just want to give it some time to let the initial restructuring of the market happen. Like I said, I usually trade between 9:45 and 10:30. That's when I take my trades. But the pre-market analysis is currently going on, as you can see, and watching out for what potential setups may be forming that I like and I don't like. Hmm. A little bounce there. This is the 1 minute chart. Switch over to the 5 minute chart. You can see it kind of swept down. It's pushing back up a little bit, but there's still a bunch of sellers here. Nothing obvious. If anything, I would be more negative bias. Yeah. I see it coming down to about here and see what happens. So watching for a little bounce here, and we'll see what happens. Hey, bud, what's up? Okay. I'm gonna. Okay. Currently live streaming. I'm gonna trade here for a minute, and then we'll giddy up and go. It could be a bounce here. Let's see what we can get. I'm tempted to take a position, but I'm gonna wait. The S&P is showing a lot of chop as well, so I like the correlation between the two. I want to see a trend forming in one and the other one lagging, and then I'll jump in and I'll take that because typically they end up showing the same structure. All right, down to that support resistance level I was thinking it was going to touch. Breaking through it, and just like the S&P is. It's interesting. Be a big green candle up here. Let's see. Gonna let this play out for a minute. I'm tempted to take a long. I know that's crazy, but it's just a sweep of liquidity potentially here. I'm also trying to rush because my kids want to go do stuff, so that's part of the driving factor. Nothing good coming out of this for anybody. All right, I'm gonna take two longs with a tight stop. If I catch this bounce, great. Definitely not. That was quick. All right, let's just take the short. See what happens. Do we have continuation? Do we have a reversal? What do we got here? Ooh, I'm trying to get my stop in there, but it won't let me. Which way are we headed? I don't think the market even knows which way we're headed. I wouldn't be surprised to just see a big green candle. I really wouldn't. Yeah, see, there's the big green candle. Rushing things a little bit today, trying to get out of the office. Want to do some other things. Maybe live streaming today wasn't the best play, but let's see. Does this continue or not? Nah, S&P already shows it touching a key level. I'm going to take too long. See if we can reclaim this. Mm-hmm. Showing a lot of weakness. Showing a lot of weakness. This may be a short day, guys. Yeah, it's a short day. All right. Scaled up, 4 short. Get this thing into break even here pretty quick just because the entry was garbage, but 180, 200. Bring it down. Okay, tagged out there for $200 win. Quick and easy. Would imagine there's going to be some continuation. There's going to be some more blood in the water today. Bummer for long equities. Great for short sellers. I mean, that is a whole nother category of lows we've just hit. That could be coming down quite a bit. going to see if it reclaims this fair value gap. It may just continue to shoot down there, and that's okay if it does. I mean, my entry was not great. I would love to see it reclaim this fair value gap and then get an entry into it. So that's kind of why I'm sidelining myself for the time being, just to see what we get out of that. Okay, pumping back up to that fair value gap like I like it to, or I'd like to see it. Touched it and fell. I don't think it's fully exhausted it yet. Just going, man. Just sweeping everybody lower and lower. See if we get one more chance at an entry there. Otherwise, may have just missed it. S&P is showing that it's, if that's a correlation, yeah, I was going to say if that's correlated, we didn't miss anything. The S&P had room to fall, and the Nasdaq just went with it. The S&P still has room to go. So does the Nasdaq. I'm just going to take 4 short here. Just going to sit in this one for a minute. The entry's not great. Could be costly. I have to move my stop up a bit. Put a lot of risk on for this one. But my target down here is kind of the play. Get that to break even pretty quick. Yeah, just because I didn't like that entry, guys, I kind of took it off the table. Should have been more patient with it because, yeah, I've seen some big candles and I've had some bad days. I don't like some entries. Because of that, sometimes I just get myself to break even faster than I should. There's still room, according to my levels. We're going down still. Wait for this to shake itself out and see what happens. Yeah, see, there's the big green candle. That kind of stuff can tag you out, and if you're too heavy in contracts, it could just be the worst case scenario for you. You lose $800 because you put too much risk on, and that is just bad math, bad trading. So, trying to avoid that, which is why I moved to break even pretty quickly, especially if I chased a market, which is not what I like to do. Definitely, sometimes a little FOMO gets in there, and you enter a market because obviously we're in a straight down line. Why wouldn't you want to just take a short? Well, because that big green candle can wipe you out, and there it is. So that is exactly why you move to break even faster. Approaching a level here, it'd be interesting to see if this rejects or if it has continuation back up. That is kind of the area I was watching. Could put a 50-point stop loss on that. And if we get lucky, we get lucky. If not, we don't. Okay, we were wrong. We're going long. I think there's going to be some continuation here. Oh, dang, that sucks. Took me out and I was in profit at one point. Yeah, I'm going back in. We're going long. We're back in. There we go. And all is right in the world. All is right in the world, folks. Boom, $409. Okay, and just like that, we are done. Thank you. This is probably one of the shorter live streams I'm going to have, but you know what? Family calls. So if you learned something, please like, subscribe, let me know what you learned or whatever. Just comment something. Trying to build this live stream, it's a whole thing. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, y'all.